With the rise of anxiety, depression, and illness in our population, the consumption of probiotics has recently become a popular method for health maintenance. The National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health defines probiotics as living microorganisms that, when administered adequately, provide health benefits to the consumer. Most of us encounter probiotics every day in the dairy products and juices we consume. Research has shown the potential for probiotics to improve gastrointestinal, urogenital, mental, and antibiotic resistance. Current probiotic studies, however, lack uniformity, making it almost impossible to extrapolate the results of one study on one species with one dose of probiotics in one disease state to other probiotics, making it difficult to use the interpretation of the data present in the studies to make conclusions on the efficacy of probiotics. Additionally, the studies on probiotics note that more clinical research is needed to understand the true benefits and to develop treatment plans for physicians to implement. It is also evident that there is a lack of education in the general population regarding when to and when not to take probiotics. A cross-sectional study on the perception of probiotics use for constipation conducted by Dimity and Cox found that 37% of the general population with self-reported constipation had tried probiotics without the recognition of a medical professional. Dimity and Cox also found that surprisingly only 26% of the general practitioners and 34% of gastroenterology specialists recommend taking probiotics for consumption. The idea that probiotics are generally recognized as safe gives consumers a false sense of security, because probiotics do in fact have side effects and are poorly regulated. A few examples of side effects are the accumulation of cytotoxic bile acids, which leads to increased risk of cholestasis and colorectal cancer, and deleterious metabolic activity, which contributes to diarrhea and intestinal inflammation. Currently, there is a lack of research on the long-term effects of taking probiotics, making it hard to weigh the benefits and risks. Probiotics are also poorly regulated. The FDA considers them a dietary supplement and regulates them under a different set of regulations than traditional medicine. In fact, the manufacturers of probiotics supplements are the ones responsible for evaluating the safety and labeling, not the FDA. This lack of oversight has led to severe consequences. In 2014, physicians used ABC dophilus powder, a probiotic, to treat a newborn baby diagnosed with necrotizing enterocolitis. Unfortunately, the unopened bottles of the supplement had cultured a fungal infection, which when administered resulted in the death of the newborn. Because ABC dophilus was considered a dietary supplement, it was not regulated by the FDA. Like traditional medicines, the story is both tragic and disturbing. On one hand, you have the death of an innocent child, and on the other, the disturbing realization that if the FDA had stepped in and regulated probiotics, the child would still be alive today. My solution to the overall lack of research on probiotics and the lack of regulation is twofold. To tackle the lack of research, I would use the $500 of the grant and donate it to the American Gastroenterology Association to go towards probiotic research. The AGA's mission is to research the gut microbiome and to improve gastrointestinal health, and probiotics are a major component under study. With more research, consumers will have a greater understanding of the capabilities and limitations of probiotics, aiding them in making informed decisions. In addition to research, I plan on using the remaining $500 to start a probiotics advocacy group with the mission to educate the public about probiotics and to speak with policymakers to alter the current probiotic regulations. The $500 will go towards awareness campaigns, fundraising events, and potentially turning it into a non-profit to work at organizations and the community.